How do you feel after Krishna comes in your life? Oh man, I feel light. I feel like floating. I feel happy. I feel like dancing. It's amazing. In the scriptures, it defines that immediately auspiciousness comes and difficulties start dissipating. All the bad things, darkness goes away. Just like when you turn on the light, right? Darkness goes away. Immediately there's a feeling of happiness and joy. Wow, this is so great. How come I didn't know about this before? Right? That was my thing. When I started serving Krishna, I remember my first service was making puri in the ISKCON Chicago temple. And I felt so happy that I'm making a puri that Krishna is going to eat. And I had fever actually. And my fever went away. I was so happy. And I was just dancing in ecstasy. I never made anything in my life, never cooked in my life. And I was making puris for Krishna and I was so happy. So that's what happens. That flavor of happiness cannot be described, because in material world, we don't experience happiness. We experience a time of relief between two difficult situations. Difficulty gone. Oh, thank God. Again, difficulty comes. And then thank God, difficulty is gone, we feel that's happiness. No, happiness is something you have not experienced probably. Happiness is what you experience when Krishna comes into your life, and that is addicting. More addicting than drugs. And I can tell you, I have personally gotten people out of drugs, and there are many people who have gotten out of all kinds of addictions just by being addicted to Krishna conscious happiness, spiritual happiness. Because with higher taste, you can conquer lower taste. With gulab jamun, you can conquer Karela. Mind is working against you. So how we should make our mind best friend? Krishna says, uncontrolled, unconquered mind is your worst enemy. So how do you make your mind your best friend? By using your intelligence. Intelligence backed by Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So intelligence is strengthened by knowledge. And that intelligence, when it's telling the mind, hey mind, don't jump from this roof. You fell from the bed, it hurt you. You jump from the roof, you're going to die. Don't do it. Intelligence is stronger than the mind if it is backed by knowledge. If intelligence doesn't have knowledge, so in a situation where you don't know what to do, is it alcohol or is it water? I don't know what it looks like. Then intelligence is weak and mind says, drink it. I don't know what it is. If intelligence is strong, be like, okay, if you're confused, don't do it. It could be poison also. So don't drink it just because it's liquid and you're thirsty. Right? So intelligence plays a stronger role. With that, you can control the mind, the senses, etc. So we describe that in details with that picture, chariot picture. How to know what is good karma and bad karma, because what may be good for me may not be good for someone else. So the scripture says, Dharman tu sakshat bhagavat pranita. Dharma is given by God. So standards of good and bad, morality, religious principles are given by God himself in scriptures. So that's why we need to study the scriptures. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. When we study the scriptures, we know what is good, what is bad. And accordingly, we can... Now, I wouldn't say bad. What brings me closer to Krishna? What brings me away from Krishna? Right? There's Maya and Krishna. There's light and darkness. So I wouldn't say good or bad. That's judgmental. I'd rather say something that brings me closer to Krishna, something that brings me away from Krishna. And you have a choice always. You want matter? Keep taking birth again and again. Monkey, human, lizard, Atala, Patala, Talatala, Rasatala, or Brahma Loka, Swarga Loka, wherever you want to go, right? Multiple. There are 14 planetary systems, for 100,000 species of humans, 8.2 million species of lives. You can take as many lives as you want. Or you can choose Krishna and go back to Vaikuntha and be happy. Happy with Krishna, perpetually, always in loving relationship with the Lord. Right? It's your choice. So good karma, bad karma, doesn't matter. What is important is, am I moving towards Krishna or moving away from Krishna? And that is given by Krishna himself in the Bhagavad Gita. So I invite you to Philosophy Fridays to study the Gita with me. How to deal with fear of what others think of us. Very, very important question. It's always when we're trying to do something great or something daring, we always think, what will others think of me? Oh my God. If I buy this kind of a car, if I date that kind of a person, if I start a business, if I quit my job and do something else. So we need to think. Other people who we are worrying about, they're all mediocre people. Are they happy? When they die, will anybody give a damn? They'll die like mosquitoes. Do we want to die like them? Because what people will always oppose when you do something above the ordinary. Now, who are these people? Why do they matter so much? They matter temporarily. They laugh at you. Haha, look at you. You're such an idiot. You're doing this. Oh, tere se kuch nahi hoga. You won't be able to do anything in life. Somebody said that to me. Many people said that to me, but somebody hurtfully said that to me. So years later, that person was sitting in one of my seminars, and he came running to me, "Sir, can I get an appointment with you?" He didn't even realize I was his classmate in high school. So the important part is be daring, take bold steps under proper guidance from a mentor, a spiritual person who understands the Gita. Don't gamble with your life. Don't speculate with your life, but do something meaningful with your life. In the process, others will laugh at you. It is only natural. Expect it. If they're not laughing, they're not ridiculing you, that means you're not doing anything daring. You're doing what mediocre people do. If you do what mediocre people do, they don't talk about you. I showed you the news media coverage, right? If I were to do what any 20-year-old or any 19-year-old or any 30-year-old does, I wouldn't be on the news. I do things differently. Bengalis don't become vegetarians. I chose to be a vegetarian. The Bengalis are generally Kali worshippers. I'm a Krishna worshipper. I have found my own path, regardless of my, what my surroundings are. And that doesn't mean I reject my surroundings. No, I respect everything that is around me, but I've chosen my path, regardless of what people think. And when people see you're successful, you're happy, others will follow your path. How to be regret-free of past mistake. Understanding that past is not in your control, but what you do right now defines your future. If you keep holding on to the hot coal, remember that picture, you are stuck in the past. So I hope this has helped you understand to a certain degree that the past mistake that you have done, you cannot change that, but you can make up for it by being right now, by changing your behavior, there are 4R principle that generally I like to give. It's again, I got from my guru. It starts with reflection. You reflect what went wrong, what could have been right. The next thing is you rectify that in your mind that, okay, next time I get this opportunity, I'm going to not repeat the same mistake. You recognize that there was a problem, there was a mistake. You rectify the problem that, yes, I can do it better next time this way. And you reflect that next time these should be the red flags. These are the ways I will understand that I'm going into the direction to make a mistake again, and I shouldn't repeat this mistake. So when my mind tells me to do blah, blah, and blah, or when I'm getting too angry or I'm getting out of control, let me make sure that I don't repeat this mistake. And that way you reinstate back in service. So the 4R, recognize, rectify, reflect, reinstate back into whatever you're supposed to be doing. Thereby, you are going forward, not stuck. There was this lady, she was a very wonderful ballet dancer, was good looking, she had beautiful ability to dance ballet, and one accident and she lost one of her legs. She was in the hospital. She was lying there. As soon as she came to consciousness, she realized one of her legs was missing. She had tears in her eyes and she said, "I cannot do ballet again." They said no. She said, okay, but she wanted to be in Paralympics. So within literally few minutes of realizing she doesn't have one leg, she decided she's going to do Paralympics, which is the Olympic for paralyzed or handicapable persons. In the next few years, she learned skiing, and then eventually she became very good at it. She went for the Paralympics. In the semi-finals, she was going swish, 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 and she won, that semi-final round. Everybody is like, she's going to be amazing. With one leg, she was skiing down the mountain, through the snow. She was skiing. She was very good. Final round, she was going swish, 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 and somebody elbowed her and she fell. When she fell, she looked up and said, "God, how could you do this to me?" And a little bit of out of focus, then she got back in focus and then again went and she got the bronze medal in Paralympic. 30 years later, she was discussing this in one of our audiences, and she was telling that those 3 seconds that I just blamed God cost me the gold medal. I could have gotten the gold medal if I just got up and I kept going. But what did I do? I sat there thinking, how could you do this to me, God? and I got delayed by 3 seconds and I got the bronze medal. So similarly, we cannot change our past, but we have to look at the future. Let the future, the compelling vision of the future, inspire us. And based on that inspiration, we go forward and embrace the future. How to learn and understand Gita as a naive. Easiest thing would be for newcomers. If you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Avelo Roy, there's a whole playlist on Gita. So I have broken Gita down chapter by chapter summaries. I have also put in different concepts of Gita into small videos. You should be able to understand it very clearly from that. How can I know that I am stressed? You know you're stressed. You're not behaving right with other people. You're not able to sleep much. Your appetite is not there. You're feeling agitated. Should I do this? Should I do that? My future, you're anxious about the future. Devotee of Krishna he feels Krishna's hand on his head or her head, and he's happy. Krishna will sustain me no matter what the situation. Whether it's Corona time or whatever. Even if death comes, Krishna's there in death also. He will take care of me. That's the devotee mindset. How to surrender and let go. The surrendering process, as you might have saw, the process is doing everything for Krishna. That is surrender. Listening to Krishna's instruction. That is surrender. See, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving many instructions, and many people study the Gita as, I like this, I don't like that. I will do this, I will not do that. Arjun doesn't say that. Arjun says, Karishe vachanam tava. Whatever I have learned, I will do that. Whatever you have said, Krishna, I will follow your instruction. That is duty. That is the right way of surrender. For example, the government has a certain law. If you make so much money, you pay so much taxes. Now, you might be able to manipulate the numbers or whatnot, but whatever the tax slab, you cannot say, I pay part taxes and I won't pay part of the taxes. No, you have to pay full taxes, right? TDS, GST, all of that stuff. You have to do that. We cannot say part GST I'll pay, part I won't pay. No, won't happen. We have to pay the full amount. Similarly, surrendering means taking Krishna's words as it is, applying it as it is in our lives to the degree we can. And Krishna says what? He says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam siteva bhajami aham. To the degree you walk towards Krishna, to that degree Krishna also walks towards you. But Krishna has bigger ways of walking. So you take one step, he takes 1,000 steps towards you. So Krishna making one step is a big step. Understand that also. So very encouraging actually. If it was our surrender, then we had no hope. But Krishna is very merciful. This 1% we do, 99% Krishna does. Thank you very much, and I'll take your leave. And if there's anything else I can do for you, you can always reach out to me through social media. I'm the only one in this world with that name, Avelo Roy. So Google Avelo Roy and you'll find me, and you can be able to reach out to me. Okay? Thank you. And questions can also be asked on this contact form on aveloroy.com.